Hi, Rabbi Lewis, wishing you an early Shabbat shalom. So I was thinking in relation to the Torah portion this morning about, back in the late 90s, Jerry Seinfeld put out a comedy special called I'm Telling You for the Last Time. So he basically, all of his material that he had been developing for over 20 years that he'd more or less been crafting and working on, that was a lot of it was the basis for the TV show that he made. He put it into one special and said, this is going to be it, tour with it, make a special, and then retire it, because he was going to take the ultimate challenge of developing a whole new set, a whole new basis of material. So I'm telling you for the last time, putting aside all of the words from his past and starting over. Now, of course, right, a lot of that material is still funny and perhaps even better than the new stuff. I've seen him since, and he's great, but some of his jokes are true classics. So they do bear repeating, which in some ways sort of contradicts the idea of, what's the value of saying I'm going to tell you something for the last time when maybe it bears hearing again. My mother of blessed memory had the same cassette tape of Robin Williams playing in her car for 5, 6, 7 years. That would just go from the A side. When it was done, go to the B side. From the B side back to the A side. It would automatically flip, and she would just drive and drive and drive, and every time laugh just as hard as the first time she'd ever heard that material, and laugh so hard sometimes she would actually sort of drift into the other lane. Not always the safest, but right, so a good joke or a good story does bear repeating. And that's where we're at in the Torah. We're starting the book of Deuteronomy, PARASHAT Devarim. And Deuteronomy, the title that we give it in Greek and in English, means basically just the sort of the second telling, or the repetition. And Devarim in Hebrew means words. So it's the repetition of these words and the story and the journeys that they've had up until now. And in our commentaries, one of the reasons why they're telling us that there's this repetition of everything that's happened up till now is so that people can remember the mistakes that they've made in the past and move on to a better future. So without repeating the past, or repeating the stories and the legends of the past, you can't really go on to a better future. But it also, in some ways, the repetition is really just about comfort too, as they're embarking on to this great, promised land. There's a lot of nerves, a lot of anticipation, and so telling the story over again and over again and over again is a way of saying, we've come this far together. We've done it before. We can achieve great things together because here's the comfort of the past. So repeating stories, repeating words can bring comfort to people. I think in my own life, raising my child, sometimes when Eden was young and we'd drive past a cemetery and he would ask, what is that? Tell me about it. And we passed the same cemetery almost every single day, driving him to school, and he would ask the same question, what is that? Tell me about it. And we would wonder, what is it that he doesn't remember? Is this something that we need to get checked out? And we learned over time that there was comfort to him, not just asking about it, but getting the same answer every single time. Something that might induce anxiety, that having the comfort of knowing that the answer is consistent and doesn't change actually brought comfort and ease to his mind. And it was a similar thing with any significant changes, whether it was a loved one who was ill and sort of repeating the same thing about how they're getting treated and hopefully get better, or somebody who passed away, telling the story of their life and what it all meant. He would ask for repetitions on those things too. And I think it's a common child development thing that the repetition provides comfort. And as we grow up, it doesn't change that much. And I think that's one of the great enduring lessons of Deuteronomy and just the Torah in general, is that we can repeat the same words every year, not because we've forgotten them, but because hearing them again reminds us just how far we've come, how consistent the truth is, and how consistent our path can be towards a good life, and that if we hear it again, we might be reminded to continue on with it. Anyhow, a few lessons from Devarim, Deuteronomy, and we never have to really say to anybody, I'm telling you for the last time, because what we're really doing is saying, I'm telling you again, and it's for the good. Shabbat shalom.